Welcome everyone to the latest and greatest breaking news, IT breaking news edition here. Major versions are out from modern flagship open source projects like LLVM and friends and family Clang, LLDB, OpenMP and so on, and Rust 168, of course. Maintaining a Linux distribution, we are compiling that already, minimal adaptations already required. We can quickly go over the changes, of course, the usual win-win-off. I'm actually working here on our state-of-the-art enterprise-ready Linux distribution, supporting all the 30 CPU architectures. And the only drawback of this stuff is, of course, I'm not expecting this to just build, usually due to the only constant is change and API changes and regressions. Usually it takes a Rust update or two for actually be compatible with the latest and greatest LLVM version. So what is new in all this stuff? As usual, there are many changes, more than we would wanted to go over here theoretically, because it supports also 30 CPU architectures or so, and systems and so on. So there are lots of thousands of small, well, certainly 10,000s of change sets, thousands of newsworthy changes, and they're still compiling this. The major, one of the major things is Long Arch, a Chinese CPU architecture, which we also support, not promoted to official. It now requires or is built with C++17 by default. Also, I guess it builds a bit slower, although each software release usually, except when they delete features of vintage and retro galore, when they're not into vintage and retro as much, and they delete some 10,000 lines of code. But I'm currently using only 28 threads for a little bit better YouTube live streaming performance on this Ryzen 7950X. But yeah, needs new toolchain, needs newer CMake. It changes to the internal representation of LLVM, read-on, read-only stuff here. This is the stuff where all the other projects, not sure with Go, but Mesa, Rust, Zig at a time, maybe not anymore, soon anymore. But yeah, this is why this stuff is incompatible, right? Changes to the LLVM IR and other APIs, breaks of course stuff. They added support AArch, Cortex, A715, X3, Neoverse version 2. It's of course just, this stuff is usually not that huge, right? Just some instruction tables or marks of like the set of instructions supported, maybe some timing information, latencies. Some removal of vintage and retro, which we didn't even support. I'm personally always a little bit sad of, like, can they not keep that stuff around? For decades, it's like basically ARM with fewer features and stuff, like, can be that difficult, but nah. Added some code can support complex arithmetic instructions, MVE, ARM version 3, compatible thunks, longer generate BX instructions on version 4, all the sum and inter working details of back in the day. Even some hexagon improvements of all the crazy architectures. Long Arch. Also, they're still writing that, right? As usually we are, like other news sites, we are new. There might be MIPS changes, but nobody's written that. Also, yeah, not that important. PowerPC. Selecting floating point, Zinc family, comparison, float 128, fixes, fence insertions, CRT loops, lots of, as per usual, right, lots of attention to detail. RISC-V now supporting the unratified set BE, BF, BM, BP, BR, BT extensions, has been removed. I32 native type data layout string enables loop strength reduction, loops I32 MC layer support code gen. By the way, we should probably check if people are listening. But basically it's a bit boring. What else do we have here? More C2X in Clang. LD now supports sets and compressed archives. x86 ISA extensions now supported. We're getting here somewhere, some system set, right? And changes Windows x86. So yeah, support read SR list or whatever. I don't even know. Yeah, x86 are complex. Even I, those overview would need to read some Intel manuals. Compare whatever CC exit or whatever that does. You know what? I'm a bit curious. What is that about? Instructions, advertise, user space. What do we? Oh, by the way, do we? Yeah, that's interesting. So I rebuilt Spark, and Mesa did build. I'm also rebuilding. I'm having here full x86 rebuild also. Take a look at that in a second. So yeah, lots of changes. C API, but as I mentioned, that changes, potential breaking stuff, debug info, changes to LLVM tools, LLD sanitizers, and so on. Clang, same stuff, new C standard, C++ standards, potential breaking changes. And the crazy stuff is, of course, I'm totally aware how long it takes, right? It takes so many people who will team just to document all the stuff, right? Imagine document, you know, developers, right? Documentation always underloved, and then all this work, appreciating all this work that goes in here, documenting all this detailed changes, potential breakage, ABI changes, doesn't pack non-plain old data, POD plain old data, members, impact structs unless the pack attribute is also specified on the member. Clang historically did perform such packing. Yeah, breaking stuff, that's like, yeah, this kind of stuff should always be, this is of course a complexity in IT, right? Should have been compatible. Now they change stuff. This is how stuff breaks, and we get ABI compatibility stuff of, like, also how the stuff becomes more complex, right? Of having support code for supporting all those options and so on. Welcome everyone. People listening and compiling T2 amazing Linux at home. So you have here C++ 20 feature support, notable bug fixes, 22B feature support, resolution, C language, C2X feature support, maybe unused and whatnot stuff. OpenCL kernel, non-comprehensive list of changes, like, yeah, more, even more. And probably too boring to go all through it. Leave in the comments below if we could shout out more details, even more. I previously did even go, I just realized I go into too much details of, like, yeah, too many details. Rust 168, cargo sparse protocol, register protocol has been stabilized, index of crates along with infrastructure. Okay. This is a little bit funny because I just checked cargo, and the cargo, there was not a new cargo version. And by the way, did this include 32 of the building? It's like, yeah, the only constant is, do I not run? Oh wait, why does this not? Why is this not? Clang in, probably, you know what, I'm not running darn. I probably didn't start tmux in. Yeah. I think like forcing this stuff. So, yeah, I carefully, this is why previous video empty. This is now running with DDR5 6000, 64 gigabyte Ryzen 750X and it's stuff built, right? 6 minutes here, 9 minutes here, and at the end of the day, you're already longing for a Threadripper again because your Ryzen can't build your Linux distribution in 2 hours anymore. So yeah, this is more like probably cargo, I would say, but you never know. I didn't see instant cargo release there. The new pin macro constructs, pin mutable of t from a t expression honestly captures local state or whatever Rust details, default alloc error handler, stabilized APIs, core standard pin, implementation from bool for F32 64 floating point, standard path means main separator string. Is that maybe interesting? So that is as expected, slash or backslash. Other changes. Android platform support is not targeting NDK R25. It doesn't look actually too much, which is like, yeah, under the hood, with my experience, likely 10,000 of changes for this little, certainly performance, compatibility, bugs and features not listed here, as they only probably usually list the most major stuff. I wonder if I had recently changed, also by the way, I did run, this apparently already did, data did already update some LLVM Clang stuff. So I adjusted our previous video AI was running. Some GNOME stuff, Scriptfest tools. Getting here. So yeah, some updates done there, maybe not super ideal. So LLVM did not build, and with that Clang, because LLVM they changed the ship CMake tarball there and had to tweak that, or they changed, maybe they more likely changed how they include that. Of building that you need, building that at home you need LLVM and the CMake support stuff. So it's basically that here. I know, I realize it's not the most viewed stream yet. I still need to work on clickbait and making this stuff more popular. As usually, leave in the comments below what you want to see and what is too boring. The other win-win, so that's basically the news. Maybe we should end it here and continue with another live stream, because the win-win of actually packaging all this stuff, I realize they have a couple of new tarballs, including bold. So this stuff now apparently also includes Facebook architected bold for this binary object optimization thing. And there's certainly a couple of other tarballs which we are not yet packaging. For example, MLIR, I guess maybe poly, and not sure about, do we have, yeah, we don't have poly yet, and also MIR, ML. So yeah, there's this stuff to package and to validate what also this failed. Thank you very much. Probably continuing another live stream of packaging all this stuff. I'm not even expecting Rust to necessarily build. That would have been the test, but with the increasing code size, this is why I'm increasingly up here my hardware galore for faster test builds. Var ADM log was LLD. LLD we maybe need for Firefox, or yeah, we probably for the VASI stuff in Firefox. What's going on here? What does it GNU install package dear? I'm not what's going on here. Couldn't. Okay, this LLD, maybe it did need that before. It's probably, maybe it's an easy fix if we are super lucky. That is LLD. Maybe it previously also already needed or not. So some stuff needed the CMake modules and like maybe two. No, this didn't. We rewrite that, I guess. LLVM. And let's copy that. Also good that sometimes I accidentally, even I at times, always view, pro tip, always view your changes, obviously review your changes before you commit the stuff. But even to me it can at times happen that in either a hectic live stream or otherwise brief second of not being careful, committing something like that. So LLD. Apparently now needs that too. I wonder how many other. And yeah, nowadays Tmax. If you would run VI in a non-Tmaxed terminal, you could usually copy the tabs, or you could just freaking use a graphical, or could have opened, yeah, not the super best style of my old-fashioned work methods here. But I wonder if there is actually a Tmax tab option of preserving tabs for... Okay, this was all needed there. Maybe we should check which other package that was. That was CMake, so that would be match, something with match CMake, LLD, okay, apparently previously these others too, so compiler RT, unwind, Vasi, and Vasi CXX. I would think we can do that now like this. I hope it didn't need, I mean we will see when it breaks. Or so previously CD down, I think it was probably just in different style. Maybe they normalized that now through all. Oh, but you know what? I didn't correct the tabs for the other. CD dot. Yeah, I guess it's just a little slightly different style. Should we? Not sure if we. Okay, here they want. Okay, they want to. Maybe that works. Maybe we don't touch this here because there are two things. No, Clang fails. Maybe Clang needs it now too. That is zero Clang, and that's what we're here for. And so I'm also really not a fan of this modern, I said this before, modern build systems, right? Previously we had like half a dozen, like 5 or so. Now we have like 20 build systems, they all suck differently. How is this a good style, especially like if this would be a garbage, low quality 80s 5K assembly make thing or whatever, I could forgive it, right? But CMake is such a monolith, a monster of a build system, and then you see this at the end, like not even freaking, what I really hate at the end, not a good error summary. And why does it not stop? Because I guess the error is at the beginning of, could not include requested file. Like this is my experience, right? I packaged stuff for 25 years, and this is what newbies would drive that crazy, and even this drives me crazy. Because like with this, in this instance, I know that, but so often I build Firefox, and I sometimes, no kidding, sometimes in crazy combinations of Firefox or Chromium or whatnot, I sometimes need to hunt 5 minutes or whatever, especially if like 12 or 100,000 line of freaking log and whatever failed there, whatever. Like sometimes if it's a super crazy, like if it's like an obvious nonsense like that, it might take even me 5 minutes. If it's a super crazy combination of Chromium, internal, whatever stuff, also like fun fact, reminder, I need to still package Chromium. In super crazy stuff, it can even master code compilation and meditation Jedis like myself easily take 30 or 60 minutes to find what's even freaking wrong with something, right? So it now also wants that in Clang. Where did I had this probably here? This Clang. So now previously, I'm not sure why they changed that. Let's see if that builds. Also we need to add LLVM. We need to add that to Clang, otherwise our build system doesn't provide that there to, oops, match. Still need to, I probably should, maybe this year I also need to optimize my work methods further. I mean, with all the YouTube presentations, with also YouTube exposure, I already tried to optimize my stuff. I significantly need to step up my infrastructure. Distributed file systems, like one download stuff, all my support files, like and to do like not this 20 years work method of cluttering modified working copies on all my machines and stuff. Better internal cloud server distribution, storage, and also more modern tools. I switched to Tmax, but finding better editor, like copying here with tabs. I'm aware if I would Vim 2 files, but it's just not my, like, sure, you could always like just freaking 2 files with Vim and visual select and copy and paste. But somehow, like, yeah, maybe I should not use the mouse any. It's like, yeah, maybe my DOS and visual, what was it, Turbo Pascal and assembler of 30 years legacy of actually selecting. Yeah, leave in the comments below. Maybe I should make a questionnaire to you. Do you copy and paste code with the mouse visually or not? So all this stuff and Clang. And let's search for lots of spaces, or did I not? Oh wait, Clang, did I? Or maybe I just, okay. Yeah, lots of spaces, oh wait. 8 spaces there, and a tab. So maybe there's also a Vim mod for that. Probably there's an Emacs mod. Oops. 8 deletes. Hey, but hey, I use 8 deletes, at least some stuff, right? Oops. I wonder if, does this have a chance to work? cd dot was previously there. This is a little bit of a complex project. We will find out. So yeah, Clang is building. Yeah, it is crazy how the load is sheer, currently sheer. Oh, it's 38 freaking, and this is a 36 centimeter cooling loop thing. That's probably it for this video. We've done some stuff. We will continue, so later, maybe I make another live stream. You've seen the last weeks, I'm a little bit more busy of running a company, actually releasing commercial projects that keep like financing my open source addiction with commercial products. And maybe I return you later to the office in 2 or 3 hours or so. For also catch up with people from other time zones, like the Americas time zone edition stuff, and then also packaging the other stuff, seeing what failed, and then Rust and so on, and packaging here the other remaining stuff. Otherwise, packaging like poly, bold, and open MP. Not that they will necessarily just build what probably. Hey, did we not live stream? Is it only 30 minutes? Somehow it feels like a freaking hour. Did we really just live stream 30 minutes, which would be super short, right? Find open MP. I hope you enjoy. I hope you enjoyed this heckling build. I hope you enjoyed this and learned something from all the other random updates and usability changes here. Don't forget to share, like, and subscribe. Maybe Patreon, GitHub sponsorship, or YouTube membership. Otherwise, have a good day and night, and I hope to see you soon, maybe even tonight, and have a good day or night. Till then.